Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Coffee with Jess. It is so great to be back. It's crazy. It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot year. It's crazy. I had no idea that the hiatus was going to be that long, but we are back and we are up and running, and things are going to be fabulous. So make sure to grab a cup of coffee and let's go. I got mine right here. We got ourselves some regular coffee today with a little bit of fluff, a little bit of fluffy, not like marshmallow fluff. I'm just talking regular fluffed milk. And a spoon. And that is actually what we are going to be talking about today, spoon theory. Have you guys, I don't know, some of you might have heard of this, and some of you have. To some of you, it might be a totally new concept, but we're going to dive into it a little bit because I do think that it's something that everybody can benefit from. So for those of you that know me, you might know that I have to deal on a daily basis with chronic illness. And that affects, pain levels and the amount of energy that I have. And it can be a real pain in the butt. It really can. We also here at home, we got ADHD, we've got autism. There's a bunch of things that go into our daily planning of what our routines, what our day-to-day life looks like. So spoon theory is one of those things that in the community, sort of, when it comes to chronic illness, spoon theory is something that we a lot of time use to explain how we distribute our energy in a different way than maybe other people might do. But I do think that when it comes to spoon theory, it is something that is applicable to everybody. You just need to know your stuff. So if we're going to just do a quick, easy explanation of what is spoon theory, I'm going to need a sip. Okay. So, spoon theory is basically a way of distributing your daily energy, or trying to sort of think. I think it started with a girl that was trying to explain to a friend, because it can be really hard to express to somebody that doesn't deal with those things on a daily basis. The amount of energy that just goes into tasks like taking a shower on days when you're having a bad flare-up or something like that. So basically, try to think of it like this. You wake up in the morning, you got 12 spoons. Waking up and getting out of bed is going to cost you a spoon. Showering is going to cost you 2 spoons, because maybe sore joints and things like that make these things extra difficult. Getting dressed can be hard as well. I mean, for example, say that your hands are hurting, or if you're battling with chronic fatigue and things like that. Getting dressed, another 2 spoons. Breakfast, getting that whole thing done, another spoon. Going to work, 3 spoons. So you see where I'm going here? Everything that you do during and throughout your day is going to cost you spoons. So if you start a day with 12 spoons, you need to sort of think, okay, how am I going to budget this? Because I need to make sure that my spoons last. Because by the time I get to dinner time, I need to make sure that I have enough spoons to make dinner and to possibly do other things that need to get done. So it's very much one of those budget your energy kind of things. So if you guys ever hear of people referring to themselves as spoonies, it's usually people in the chronic illness community. But I really do think that spoon theory is something that, obviously, I'm a planner nerd. I love planning. And I think that this is such a great tool, whether you have an illness or not. For me, I think, especially during times when I'm having a flare-up or something like that, it's good for me to know what my triggers are, all the different things, to know that, okay, I know that this is going to cost me so-and-so. And I mean, I was just giving you guys some examples. I mean, showering certain days, not a problem at all. Other days, it can be a mountain climb. It can be totally nuts. So what I'm saying is trying to sort of find out what your triggers are and your, cost for things. Because, just like in a grocery store, oh my God, this is going to make me feel really, really old. But I'm like, I remember when you could go into the store and you could buy, this and this for that much money, and it's so expensive now. But things do, values change, and that's just kind of part of what phase in life you're at, what your situation is like, the environment, all of those things, what you bring to the table. So just knowing and sort of trying to think in advance a little bit. Okay, this is the amount of energy I have today. How am I going to use it? Because, and this is kind of the thing, if I get to the point of the day where I have run out of spoons, I can borrow spoons from tomorrow. However, that means that if I take 2 spoons from tomorrow and use them today, I'm not going to have 12 spoons tomorrow. And just sort of knowing that and being aware of it. I think that is kind of the key, is being aware of what your cost is and sort of your budget, your energy budget. And that can sound, I know budgeting, it sounds like it could be so boring. This year has been an amazing one for me. It really has. I feel like I've realized several dreams that have been very important and things that I have wanted to do my entire life, things that I wanted to do for the past 20 years almost. A big one of those was buying a van. So I have kind of been just like wanting to do van life probably for, I'm not kidding, probably like 20 years or something like that. And for various reasons, this just has not happened. Having kids and going through, when our son had leukemia, all of those things and stuff, the timing wasn't right. And we got to this point where we were like, okay, so I think it's time. I really think it's time. And we found a van. We found a van this spring, and she's beautiful. Her name is Bluebird. She's a 1988 Chevy conversion van, G20, and it's been a really, really fun spring of restoring and fixing her up. Good Lord, the rust. It's been nuts. But it's been a really cool experience getting to learn new things and to sort of get out there and just feel that freedom. And I know a lot of people go, oh, okay, playing, Jessie's kind of crazy. She loves to plan. And I do love to plan. I also get nuts if I feel stuck. Freedom is something that is really, really important to me. So van life for me is freedom. We can't full-time van life because of life, because of what our life situation looks like. But we are weekend warriors, and we're loving what we can do, and embracing that. But for me, I feel like the concept of planning gets me that freedom, because I know that to me, getting out there and doing stuff is so important. So I know that I need to plan for that. Because I know that freedom is important for me, I need to make sure that I have the backpack with the stuff that I'm going to need. I'm talking about a metaphorical backpack, to be able to make that happen. So, for example, when we react to things, and this has nothing to do with if you have a chronic illness or if you do not have a chronic illness, if you have a diagnosis or if you do not have a diagnosis. When we react to different things, we react in specific ways because of the environment that we're in, the situation that we're in, and the fuel that we bring with us. So, for example, if you've had a horrible night's sleep, which I'm sorry, I'm assuming this is what my son is going to be coming to school with today. If you've had a bad night's sleep, you are probably going to react differently than if you had slept all night like a, baby angel or whatever. Also, if a place where you feel comfortable has been before, all of that stuff, it's all depending on the situation that we're in, how we're going to react. So planning for the best possible outcome is really, really important. We have had to restructure our lives drastically with autism and with chronic illnesses and all of those things that we are dealing with right now. And I have to say that being a crazy, chaotic, bohemian person, the way that I am, you would think, holy crap, you look at my house and you go, yeah, things are messy. That's just how it is. Bless this mess. Good Lord. But planning is really, really helping. Structuring things is really, really helping us to find more peace and find more harmony and the ability to be free. So yeah, it's not a boring thing. Routine and structure and planning and figuring out what your spoons are and how much the different things that you need to do are going to be worth to you. So different things that we do are going to cost us. But then there are also those things that, they might have an initial cost because it takes energy to put it together or something like that. Like tonight, for example, I'm having a bunch of my favorite girls over, and we're going to be having a planner party. And that's one of those things that I look at it and I go, yeah, that's going to cost me a little bit it's going to cost me energy, but I know that I'm going to get payback for it. Like it's going to fill that need for community and for relationship and just all that social goodness. And some days and sometimes I don't have it in me. So it's one of those things where you also have to feel it out. I don't know. Maybe certain days there's a sale on spoons. I don't know. It's just kind of how it is. So I just wanted to say, make sure to know your stuff. The only human that can truly know your limits is you. So know what those limits are and dare to push your boundaries just enough to grow. Not crazy much because you don't want to break, but pushing your boundaries so that you grow. Because if we don't, then we don't grow. But always remembering and keeping in mind that restoration and time to recharge those batteries is just as important as pushing the boundaries. It's just like with working out, it's going to be just as important to rest and to recharge those batteries so that you can heal and your body can build up as it is to actually do the work. So remember keeping that balance, figure out what your spoons are, and have a really, really awesome week. I will catch you guys back here a week from now, or if you guys check out the blog. If you're interested in seeing more about our van build, we got a blog about that up now at jessiefrancis.com, and there's more stuff coming. I'll see you guys back for the next week's podcast, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.